This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We hope you're doing well today. We'll stream just briefly. Let's talk about NVDA up and over a pattern we identified yesterday on the New York Open. Guys, in terms of a flat top, we did, guys, have a pronounced move to the upside. That hourly was in play down to the lower Bollinger Band, up and over with an upside target right now. Noting a reconfirmation on that 20 moving average, nearly, bam, to the upside. Where are we headed? We're going to be looking for that 498.59. That's at least on, guys, the radar in terms of a specific target to the upside. Just following some New York Institute of Finance trade methodology. In terms of the specifics on Tesla, let's go through Tesla. And guys, I'm going to encourage you, if you're long something, have you tried to establish a price point and say, okay, I'm long over, short under? Have you given yourself the opportunity to say, well, I like something at a certain price? Great. Most of the time when you say that, let's say on Tesla, most of the times when you say that, it's like, well, I like it at a price, and yeah, and I just want to go to the upside. I want to encourage you to work on your trade game. VIP, I want to encourage you to work on your trade game. I want to encourage you to take a price like 235 on Tesla. And for you to say, wow, I like Tesla north, long. I like it south, short. This will allow you to better navigate in the market and to work on your execution skills. Without a doubt, there's going to be some recommendation that I'm going to continue to make until you can refine that skill, find a way to deploy it in the market to your advantage. The biggest problem that I see as we deal with hundreds and even thousands of traders over time is going to be the following. What is it? Most of the people will decide directionally, let's say on Tesla, and we're looking at a re-hit along. And this was what I was looking for. In terms of a take profit opportunity, certainly in this zone, without a doubt. As we hit that upside, if you'll recall that, as we hit that upside gap fill. But looking at the specific wedge tactic, okay, return to neckline potentially. Looking at a very light left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So what we would say here is we have a return to, I'm going to say, this apex target. If you spend time watching us or not, I would recommend you watch a lot of old streams. Watch for apex targets. Bam, 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 bam. That is a hit on into the apex target. We agree, we concur. That's what I was looking for in the market. Way to see that demand equation. Support, resistance, bulls, bears. The conclusion of that demand agreement satisfied once we had the divergence on the 4-hourly up, out, and over. Something that's typically going to be a bearish pattern. So that divergence has resolved itself in the form of a satisfaction of the demand contract of the buyers on support, sellers on resistance. This level, this apex has been satisfied. Way to trade. VIP, hope you're doing well. And in terms of the details, you guys want to go over Bitcoin, I'm sure. Let's dig into Bitcoin. Nice to see some action, and I'm going to say some a target hit. As I bring up, I'm going to retouch on the issue of NVIDIA. If you didn't like it, excuse me, pardon me, easy for me to say. If you did not like it, if you didn't like it at the lower level, and you say, well, now we have an upside target, and you didn't like it here yesterday on the re-hit of the 20 moving average. And you're saying, well, now I like it. We're in limbo. Now I like it long. Guys, force yourself to pick up at a 20 moving average after the confirmation of flip. Bam. Force yourself to set orders, please. I would really highly encourage you to do such. Let me make sure here. And there we go. A little bit congested this morning. Pardon me. Not sure why. I think we have some weather change here. It's been rainy, unfortunately, in California. We don't like the rain, guys. We don't like the rain. This whole week it's been cold and rainy. It's not good. Hopefully, wherever you are warm. There's some sunshine and some good times as we look at fourth quarter resolving itself out. And pardon, guys, just it's been inclement weather we've had pretty much all over Southern California the last couple of days. Hopefully that'll clear up, but I don't think it will. And shout out to everyone in our VIP. Looking at the cup and handle, may have some nice upside targets. We're seeing a reconfirmation on the preceding, we're going to call it a flat top resistance. I want you to note this on NVIDIA. We'll apply these, guys. The reason we cover the open, is to apply these to our crypto trades, without a doubt. So taking a look at this, let's go ahead and measure up to the top. You're seeing that we got up and over to the 23.6. That 50% max completion to the upside would be what? Would be in line with that top side standard deviation. I just want to see you guys long lower, period. Just long lower. Okay, short higher. That's the idea. You guys know that. Buy low, sell high. Great. Long low, short high. In terms of any compromising feature, a bit of a grind here to the upside. I would pay attention to any fan dynamics here. Definitely look at any fan dynamics as you see a better, guys, a better example of the inverse head and shoulder here. So upside targets, we've got them. Reconfirmation hit on preceding resistance and around that 492.67. Yeah, very possible. We nailed the Tesla deal, guys. We just really did, personally. Glad to see the Tesla traded as it did with a little bit of a drawback here. And I'm going to say, where's our green go zone? You got it, guys. Get in the green go zone. Let's really, really talk about Tesla from a pattern standpoint. Something that we can backtest over the preceding number of decades, right? We want to backtest, and we want to see what kind of a performance we could get specifically on Tesla or anything in terms of a bull flag. What are our completion targets? As this can create some nice returns. So let's get into Bitcoin real quickly. Bitcoin is consolidating. 37,500 was my go-to mark. You guys got that right. What was that? Bullish over, bearish under. You guys got that right. That was a 5% move to the downside. Bullish long over, bearish short under 37,500. Yes, indeed. Right? We hit our green buy line on the specific 8-hourly. Now on the daily, we came into contact with our specific lower pro line. Congratulations to everyone who's trading. It was a nice pickup. Fire sale line activated on the 4-hourly, didn't it? Nice to see some good volatility, and it makes a whole lot of sense when we rewind the tape and I say, hey, 37,500. And guys, I know you're looking up to the moon, but this is a line in the sand here. Line in the sand. Long, over, short, under. You guys got it. It's a technique you can use with your range trading, swing trading. Guys, it is a nice approach to take in the market when there is a lot of volatility, okay? When there's a lot of volatility, it is a nice, nearly required approach to take in the market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin as we were to look across the top here. Take a look at an attempt here for an ascending level of support. I'm just going to remind you, that that's a little bit steep here, just a little bit steep. So we would go into some additional analytics in terms of the 30-minute. We can see that we have on some time frame a flat top resistance here. So before we conquer that upside, before we were to conquer that upside level of resistance, that flat top resistance, by the way, lateral short engaged. Congratulations to anyone who caught that lateral short. What is that? Preceding wick. Bam, bam. Orders placed at the preceding lateral. Boom, boom. Beautiful. Okay, that was the front runner. That beat the 37,500 over under. True? Yes. So what I'll say is on Tesla, we're waiting to see some pattern development. It may be indicative of the entirety of the market. It's one thing that we're going to look at as we consider, for instance, the NASDAQ. As we look for correlatives, I know some of you were excited about this specific bull flag. We want to know what direction the markets are going in. When we look at the NASDAQ, bam, beautiful bull flag. Very nice up, out, and over. Where are we at? Preceding lateral. What engaged? That preceding lateral short. Bam, to the left. Just like we just saw, right? Just like we just saw on Bitcoin. You see why we go through the patterns, why we go through equities. We enjoy the opens and the closes. Get a little bit more volatility on that open so we can have exposure to more patterning. That's the bottom line. We need the exposure to the patterning. To the extent that you guys are trading, you guys do that on your own, right? We're a delayed stream. You know that, 8 to 10 seconds delayed. Don't trade with delayed information. You guys know better than that, without a doubt. Now, in terms of this specific feature, we just want to know where markets are going, right? This could be a huge move, completion to the upside. In terms of the pattern fulfillment, it's just the best looking move that the NASDAQ has given anybody. When I tell you has given anybody, that is the most bullish pattern that we have seen. Look at this, guys, last number of years. So if the whole tech sector is about to just throttle, we really look forward to the focus on Bitcoin and crypto. We really look forward to participating to the extent possible, however possible, guys, in the overall broader markets. That's my wish for you guys. Fourth quarter will round out nicely. Congrats to anybody who caught a few of the moves I posted in the back today. And we're going to, let's take a look at Tesla real quickly. In terms of that give back that we have, down about 2% today. 6 hourly, have that 20 moving average incoming. It's nice. Let's look at the daily, guys. Let's look at the daily in terms of midline function of this channel formation. Sometimes we'll see, and this was a bit of a problem, when you draw out your specific channel formations, okay, on a flag or otherwise, we expect to see some interaction along that mid-level. I noted that, right? I noted that to the VIP. Just keep an eye out for this specific tendency of price to interact functionally with that mid-level section, okay? So we're about in that mid-level. It was a reason why I didn't want to just throttle straight north, guys. I didn't want to just throttle straight to the upside without expecting some sort of a give back in here. Me personally, okay? That was just the way that I approached this personally. And so just natural zigzag, wave, Elliott, etc. formations, however you want to classify it. Nice to see kind of a normal give back at that specified daily, but the important part, let's go through not just the daily, let's go through the weekly. Let's see, the weekly 20 moving average. Guys, doesn't get much better than this. On the weekly, respected level, boom. You betcha. When you see yourself up against a major level like this on the weekly, on the monthly, on any chart, just pay attention to it. Whatever chart you're looking at, pay attention to it so that you can identify with one of the governing mechanisms, technical mechanisms in the market. Make your time worth your while when you're looking at a chart and it's a 7% move on the weekly. I didn't like it. If you got stopped out, fine. If you got stopped out on a short, on whatever chart you got, on a short on the weekly 20 moving average, that's fine. But to say I just didn't even trade it, I don't even care. I don't even care it's the weekly 20 moving average, I don't care. Guys, you're missing the point. You're missing the whole game, all right? If you got stopped out and it pushed you too far, and well, my stop loss was too tight, catch the next one. Catch the ride down in some other way if you can. But this is the type of information that needs to be highly relevant to you on whatever you're looking at in price, on whatever chart you're looking at in any book, on any screen, anywhere. Guys, the 20 moving average, bam, bam. That's a big, big short. We agree? That's a nice level on a very well-respected time frame. And I say this no matter what chart you're looking at, when you see something on Bloomberg or CNBC, and it's showing you a chart real quickly, don't let it be wasted time. Analyze the chart. Look at what patterns you've got. Work on your identification of patterns, work on your identification of your primary controlling mechanisms, technical mechanisms, etc. And I am out. Well, I'm going to go lift some weights. Been up since about 1 or 2 in the morning. I have got these, guys, we've got these dev meetings overseas with the UK, etc. And it's getting me up early. Gives me some extra time to lay into some technicals for you all. In addition to those dev meetings, I want to shout out big time to the UK. What's going on? Nice to be nice to be rolling on our projects. Shout out also to Switzerland in the house. What's going on, Switzerland? Everybody over there, we are working and have great projects incoming. 2023 has been great, and we're just going to let's just note real quickly 3 pass under on NVDA with the specific potential rehit, bam, into the 20 moving average. What just picked up? 20 moving average just picked up on NVIDIA, flash trades. Some nice momentum coming down. No kidding, huh? Nice momentum coming down. Talk about a bit of a need to be, guys, minded in terms of quickness. Jackie Chan hands is what we call these. Jackie Chan hands. If you're looking at your 20 moving average, if you're looking at your capital control line, all right, we would want to go, and I know you're all looking at, for instance, your momentum, right? How is your momentum? You see the pickups, bam, bam. You see that trading? Those are nice trades, right? 20 moving average, we just talked about on the weekly. Repeating on the hourly, boom, boom. Nice throttle action. We'll call it 15 minutes in. Those are some nice trade-offs, guys. Trade opportunities. We'll call them just opportunities, right? Trade-offs in the market. Guys, it's London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Nice to see the action on the open in New York. It's why we cover it. We will be. And if you took back up here and you just came down to pick up some orders, I mean, I hope it's not for some VIP that decided just to stack on the hourly. I don't know if it was. It's beyond me, guys. If it is, it's beyond me. But I will congratulate you if, to the extent, it was you. We will talk to you guys soon. We'll hopefully stream a little bit later. Let's get through this inclement weather in Southern California. Not a big fan, but we'll get through it, guys. Take care of yourself. This is London. Nice open. And let's watch Bitcoin at the 37,500 over, 37,500 under. Paid like a champ. Get some more volatility. Establish your levels. If you missed the bottom, what's your level here? What's your level? You have a midline level? You want to, I'm going to call it 36,500. Where are you at right now? Is it a proper level right now for you to go over, bullish, under, bearish? Almost, guys, it's almost at your full discretion. I'll say that, but I don't want to say that fully because I want you to be tuned in to the overall pattern dynamics, the overall structural mechanisms or technical mechanisms that we just looked at, for instance, on that weekly. Great over-under line. Yeah, Dogecoin went, I don't cover Doge. It's not a primary player. But what did we have on Doge? What did we have last night? We had an over-under opportunity at where? Very well-defined level, right? Like 8 cents. Doge. Maybe Elon can do something with Doge. We'll see, guys. But what was the big deal? Great opportunity, trade-off, right at the specific 8-cent mark. It flew up, guys, 8-9%. It's not bad if you're staying up and had some extra time overnight. If you're overseas, bam, 9%, bam, to the upside. Nice quick move. Can be good practice for you to deploy your over-under strategy. And in combination, I'm going to show this to you. This is the important thing. As you look at an over-under strategy, it's like, okay, fine, but the problem is we're constantly going up and over and down and under. We're constantly going over my threshold line and constantly going down under my threshold line. And by threshold line, I mean long over, short under. Okay, listen up. That's great. And while you're doing that, what are you formulating? While you're going over and under and over and under and over and under, what are you doing? First of all, this is fire and ice turf. We know this. What are you doing here? You're formulating a pattern. And at some point on the pattern, what happens? At some point on the pattern, you're going to expect a breakout. And if it's a fake out, fine. And if there's a collapse, good. You're going to own it long, over, short, under. Whatever, guys, you get into in terms of your pattern identification, start to look in. Ideally, we're looking at that 3/4, that 2/3 completion, hot zone for a breakout. Over, under. Do you have to trade this over, under? No, you don't. Do you have to trade this over, under? No. But it would have placed you with a secure position. We've seen this twice this week. Solana, you betcha. You betcha. Would have placed you at a nice pre-breakout level. Nice to see. Solana, killed it, guys. Killed it. Where is my Solana? This is not good, guys. For some reason, Solana has disappeared from the chart. It's not the first time that this has happened. I have to clean up this fact real quickly. Hold on one second. Please allow me to add in. It's somewhere. It just got replaced. Let me drag up Solana. Let's go through a few details on Sol. Let's do that. All right. I just want to encourage you all, stop loss. That's it, guys. It's like, well, maybe my stop loss is too tight and I'm just not picking up all the trades I want to. Great. No problem. What does that mean? You're not losing a lot of cash. I see the guys that lose a lot of cash and don't know what a stop loss is, right? You got it. Now, what was the issue on Sol? What was the issue? What was our long over, short under? Okay, here we go. And this was 66. Let's do this. I think we dropped it to 64 for anyone who missed the 66. Pay attention. We were at 66 here at the top. Long over, short under. Nice profit-taking zone. Congrats to anyone who took profits on this flag underlying. You remember that 4-hourly, difficult, right? So what was the issue here? We had a run to the upside from our specific, and put this in context, we just defined an over, under, an absolute litmus test on the specific pattern in play. We had a bull flag, bam. Why not? Pick a specific target within your pattern that's been identified. You're like, well, man, I keep grinding over and under and over and under. I'm going long and short, long, short. Well, you're about at the point of breakout here on a nice pattern. Great time. Say, hey, we have some consolidation. I want to move away from this level over, long, under, short. Where'd you come back down to? As if it were scripted perfectly for you and me. Beautifully well done. Again, I appreciate everyone who has allowed us, guys, or facilitated any of the trades that we're able to conduct in the market. I really mean that from an institutional kind of governance standpoint, et cetera. I really appreciate everyone who makes these trades possible. Just is when we see technicals, I remind of that specific fact, because there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes in terms of the markets. There's a lot of technical work, you guys can imagine. So I appreciate all that work that goes into the markets. Otherwise, I don't think you really appreciate the markets. So over, under, really, really nicely done. True? Yes. 16%, we'll take it. Beautifully well done. Now, over, under 66. And you could walk this down, different levels of specific pattern formations and expectations to move away from said pattern. Look at this. 14% to the downside. Now, calling the over, under at the 66, that looks beautiful. Did you have to pick up at the 64? You didn't have to, right? We defined it for anyone who really missed the 66. True. Now, you may have different levels. I'll just encourage you, your level becomes very relevant when It becomes very relevant once you have formulated some sort of a pattern with an expectation of a break. It becomes increasingly relevant. True? You got it. So right now, and a hit back down into our original level, beautifully well done. Hit back down into the 56.5 on Solana. So you're getting this swing action, and I'm just going to encourage you to continue to focus on over, long over, short under, whatever your price threshold is. Because 99.9999999% of people do not trade like this. People get a trade investment idea, and their idea is long. That's it, guys. Even with the people who like to short, you can't get them to think about it long. People who only like to long and they're still in leverage don't even, they just rarely want to think about a short. So if you can look at something objectively and you can establish a threshold for yourself, and if you can incorporate your pattern identification, your consolidation thresholds, and your, I'll just say your oscillators, your time frames, everything across the board for confirmation. But if you can just stick to your guns and say, I'm long over, I'm short under, that's it. And execute it. And if you can execute it, do you know how well you're going to do? Do you know how few people are doing that? What a few number of people are doing that? And doesn't just somewhat boggle your mind? It's like, it's just that easy. I just want to be, I want to own a level. I want to own this long. Or I want to own it on a failure short. It's a level, right? It's a nice pattern. This here. We're at some thresholds. I want to own it long. I want to own it short, right? We'll get there, guys. Congratulations to all the VIP #1 trade group. Hope everybody's doing well. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Guys, let's go get them today. Focus. It's the fourth quarter. We have 4 to 5 weeks left in the fourth quarter. I want to finish out through Christmas and New Year's strong. Make this the strongest quarter you've ever had. Make it something to beat next year. When you look back at this quarter, I want you all to say, we gotta beat the fourth quarter. Last year, it's not gonna be easy. Don't let this be just a closeout finish with the race, and it's like, well, I guess it was barely even a race to get going. Make next year the competition. We gotta beat fourth quarter from last year. And we start on that win, first quarter. Yeah, we've started on that first quarter. So let's make this an impressive quarter. It already is very impressive. Well, let's knock the lights out, guys. Remember, tight stop losses. Tight stop losses. Stick to your guns. Work on your tactical execution. We will get there. We're getting there, guys. And we're almost, I just say almost there, but we got some better plans in 2024. Appreciate all of you. We'll talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader.